Well, 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 look who's at work on a Friday afternoon. All day, he says, all day. The monkey, that's right. He's here working on a Friday. Who's out at the lake? Oh, I think it's vacation month in August, everybody. Of course, last week with the holiday, especially if you have a EDO, or as they're now called, DOs in the corporate world, you're probably taking some time, burning 3 vacation days to get 9. I used to do it. We missed last week. I apologize, you guys. It was, I thought I was going to get to it. I thought I was going to get to it all day, and all of a sudden I looked at the clock and it was 5:15, and I figured I would be interrupting everybody's supper if I did that. So here we are. You guys probably saw that we have launched our brand new booster bundles. Yay, booster bundles. So I wanted to talk to you guys about the booster bundles. I want to show you this quick. I'm going to flip you around. Booster bundles. So I wanted to talk about why are we doing booster bundles and what is the benefit of doing the booster bundles for your puppies and kitties. When we do our booster bundles with all of these beautiful things, we start with a premium base. I'm going to flip you guys around again so that we can talk about our premium base options. Why do I flip it around? I might as well just leave you guys so you don't see it backwards. Premium base. What is a premium base? You have heard me talk about, if you've been in the store, you've absolutely heard me talk about it. Traditional dry food for our cats and dogs typically are very high in carbs, okay? So, carbs, we know, turn into sugar. Sugar is what feeds disease. So, the important thing is when we're feeding our furry guys a dry diet is that we want to try to reduce or eliminate those carbs as much as possible. They have no biological requirement for carbs. We don't want them eating carbs. We want them eating high quality protein ingredients and, and a low carb option. So, pardon me. It's not COVID. I tell you guys that all the time, and it's not. Okay, so your traditional kibbles, when we're feeding a traditional kibble, because kibble is the most processed food that we can feed, it is like you and I out there eating greasy burgers and fries every day, all the time. When we change from a traditional dry diet to a premium dry diet, now that's like you and I out there choosing a sub instead of that burger and fries, that greasy burger and fries. Now we're getting a sub, okay? Still a processed meal, but less processed, with more quality ingredients that we can not only see, but also choose, okay? So that's a big difference. So when we want to do a premium base, the reason that this is the reason that I love Open Farm. Meat as the first ingredient, high quality ingredients that we can trace back to their original source, and low carbs. Hello, brother. I see you watching. So we can see the benefits in our animals too when we're feeding a high protein, quality ingredient, low carb diet. We can start to see the changes. We can see the changes in their coat, in their energy, in their physique. Hello, Knigget. This is the only place I ever see you, Brett, is on my Facebook Lives. You need to get your butt into the store. And then we're reducing those carbs, right? Sorry, I'm all over the place. So skin and coat, physique, less poops, more energy. When we start feeding those high quality ingredients, the less processed, the premium dry foods, okay? So the first part of our booster bundles is to get that premium base. It can be our Open Farm kibble. It could also be, I'm going to flip you around again. It can also be our Honest Kitchen clusters. So this is a premium base as well. This is a dehydrated option. Why is dehydrated good, you ask? Because we've again minimalized the processing. So we're not going through those high heat extrusion rendering processes to make the food. So we start with a premium base. You guys know how much I love my bone broth. Okay. I openly admit that I am a bone broth pusher. I tell everybody I want all cats and dogs having bone broth every day. We can coat their food with it. We can make ice cubes with our little ice cube trays. We can make different types of treats with it. They can drink it if they want to. I don't care. Let's just get the bone broth in there. Why do we want that liquid booster? Crystal says, Milo is such a different dog. He was eating the McDonald's of dog food, and since switching, he cries for me to hurry up and make it. We are coming in today to get more bone broth. Yay! And it's so good. Little Milo, if you guys don't know, little Milo is a little bit tinier than Zaner. He's a Yorkie too. But here's why I love bone broth in the bowl. It is, it is so good for bones and joints. It is good for skin and coat. It detoxes the liver. Do we have furry guys out there with tear stains? Dark tear stains with no scent. If we do, we know that that is an indication of liver toxins. So when we're feeding hello, Ms. Tanya. When we're feeding a high quality food and then we're adding bone broth, this is like now we've chosen a sub and now we're going to add some veggies or a salad or a fruit cup to our sub. We're going to improve that nutrition. So it's not just all about the sub. That bone broth is like a salad or the veggies or the fruit cup. We're improving the nutrition of the meal that we're eating. Bone broth also helps with heart and nervous system. Bone broth can help with leaky gut. Bone broth is like their chicken soup when we don't feel good, right? Because it provides so much nutrition for them. But it is so good for bones and joints. That's the primary reason I give it to Zaner. The secondary reason that I give it to him, he's a little Yorkie. Some breeds are more prone to tear stains than others. Since eating bone broth, 1, he no longer has luxating patella, the floating kneecap. 2, the eye gooblies, as I call them, minimized. Does he still get them? Yes, he's a Yorkie. Does he get them like he used to? Not even close. The other thing that we can do for a liquid booster, and we have this in frozen goat's milk. Sorry, I should back up. Our liquid boosters, the bone broth, you can either get in the liquid pouches like I do. You can get the dehydrated bone broth either in turkey or beef. And then we also have frozen bone broth in turkey, beef, chicken, or pork. So we can mix up the flavors of our bone broth. If we've got any sensitivities or allergies, we can make sure we get a protein that's not going to agitate those allergies or sensitivities. The other liquid booster that we can go with is goat's milk. Backwards for you guys. We have this in 2 different forms as well. We have dehydrated goat's milk. Zaner gets this every morning. This is to help with his GERD, right? This is the stomach acid that comes up the esophagus, becomes little burps. So he gets his goat's milk every morning and that helps. So if we've got a gassy little furry guy out there, whether it's front or back end gas, goat's milk can help with that. Goat's milk is a natural probiotic. It's a natural antihistamine, can help with itchiness. It's a natural tummy tamer. If we've got an upset tummy or we're changing foods, or it helps with asthma, it helps with diabetes. Goat's milk is a fantastic addition to the bowl. Kefir is kind of like a goat's milk on steroids. Kefir is a fermented goat's milk. Another fantastic liquid booster to the bowl. If we got furry guys out there who might have yeast infections, I'm going to tell you kefir every single time. They got to drink it because we've got to fix the problem from the inside. But if they've got a yeast infection in their ears, for example, we drink the kefir to fix the problem from the inside. We take a little bit of kefir and we rub it where they're itchy. And, pardon me, we can provide some instant relief for their itchiness because all the healthy bacteria that are in that kefir will attack the bad bacteria of the yeast infection or a bacterial infection. Crystal says Milo loves his kefir. Yeah, and Crystal's doing, hello Claudia. Crystal's doing kefir with Milo more so for the healthy calories that it provides so that little Milo can put on a little bit of weight. He's a little skinny dude. He's like a mosquito with fur. But with his kefir, he's going to get some healthy calories that can help him put on weight. Okay, so with our booster bundles, we want to start with the premium base. We want to add a premium liquid booster. Then we want to add a freeze-dried or air-dried booster. Okay, so Open Farm, we have our freeze-dried raw diets. We also have our Primal freeze-dried raw diets. Comes in a variety of proteins, again, so we can avoid any possibilities of sensitivities or intolerances to protein. Finally, we have our Zeal air-dried raw food. Now, again, if you've been in here and we've talked about this, I have told you, if your dog is over 5 pounds, freeze-dried and air-dried become a little bit of an expensive diet. So unless you're out there lighting cigarettes with $100 bills and you don't have money to burn, freeze-dried is a fantastic topper for everybody, but not always an affordable diet once our pups or kitties are over 5 pounds. 10 pounds, okay? Even 10 pounds is a little bit pushing, but that doesn't mean that we can't top their food with it. Why do we want to top with a freeze-dried or an air-dried raw? Well, first reason, that is the second best option that we can buy for them commercially. And why is it the second best? Because of the processing. It is completely minimalized because they are removing the moisture from the whole foods by either using a freeze drying or an air drying technique. Okay, so we're getting rid of that heat. The benefits of adding the freeze-dried or the air-dried, really you're going to see the benefits in the coat. Again, Zaner eats his freeze-dried raw diet, loves it. His coat, that was the first thing I noticed after about 2 weeks. And I was only adding about 3 or 4 pieces of freeze-dried raw to his meal because he was eating a dehydrated diet prior to this. But 3 or 4 pieces, and in 2 weeks, I couldn't believe the difference in his coat. He was always soft. With adding freeze-dried raw to his diet, he became Angora bunny soft. Like, he's so soft. Perfect strangers would touch him and say how soft he was. So it really helps with the coat. I know it helps with all the good stuff inside too. But the changes you'll notice on the outside would be skin and coat. And Zaner used to have a little bit of dander. And it didn't matter how many times we bathed or how many times we groomed, he had dander. Now he eats a freeze-dried raw diet. He gets his bone broth. He gets his goat's milk. He has no dander. And he's got an Angora bunny soft coat. Okay? So that's why we want to add that freeze-dried or air-dried booster to your bundle. And finally, I got to walk you guys over to the freezer. Sorry, I'm going to make you dizzy. And I'm going to flip you around because otherwise you're just going to get reflections. There we go. So, you're still getting reflections. All right. The Primal Edible Elixirs. These are frozen in the freezer. Of course, when you buy them, you're going to take them home and put them in the fridge to let them thaw at fridge temperature. We always thaw our stuff at fridge temperature, not room temperature. And this is an easy way, and you can get them in big or small. This is an easy way to get fresh food into the bowl every single day. What do these elixirs help with? The Green Smoothie is for overall immunity, so this is going to help with the whole body. The Omega Muscle Melange, I don't even know if I'm saying that French word right, but the blue edible elixir is full of muscles, so it's all about joint health. So if you've got a furry guy that's struggling a little bit with his hips and joints and all that kind of stuff, that's a good option. And finally, the orange or the winter squash puree is like pumpkin on steroids, okay? So that's for digestive health. So if we've got a little furry guy that has any digestive issues, we can add the winter squash. The other way we can get fresh food into the bowl is through the open farm, gently cooked options. Now again, if we've got big furry guys, the gently cooked option isn't necessarily an affordable option to feed as the diet. That's why we're suggesting that it become a topper, okay? A boosting topper, a fresh boosting topper. Oh, I've got too many words. Okay, so our booster bundles, you get your premium base, you get your boosting liquid of some sort. I don't care what base you get. I don't care what liquid you boost with. You get your freeze-dried or air-dried booster. I don't care what kind. You get your fresh booster, and I don't care if it's an elixir or if it's a gently cooked fresh meal. You boost that bowl. We are immensely improving the nutrition that is going into our pets, making and keeping them healthy. And for doing all that, oh, I got it the wrong way. I put it in front of my phone and it's backwards. Anyways, for doing all that, you get your $10 booster bucks. So the next time you come back, you've got $10 to spend on anything you want. Spend it on another bundle. I'm awesome with that. Why? Because then I know that your furry guy is eating the best that they can possibly eat. They're going to feel as good as they possibly can. And here's how we know this. Milo's a good example. When he is crying to get his food, he loves his food. This is very, very important to me because food is such a big part of their life. Such a big part. They've got us, they've got sleeping, they've got walking and playing, and they've got food. So food is a big, big part of their life. We want them to love their food. If you've got a grazer, the guy who says, it's there. I'll eat it if I have to. If I have to. Not that I want to, if I have to. We don't want them eating just to survive. We want them eating to thrive. And they thrive when we put healthy, good stuff in the bowl. That starts with the premium base. We top it with our boosting liquid, we top it with our freeze-dried booster, and we top it with our fresh booster, and we've got premium nutrition in that bowl all the time. Now, if you're out there going, holy crap, my pets are going to eat better than me, well, that's the situation I'm in. Zaner does eat better than I do, but if you're thinking they're going to eat better than me, we don't want to break the bank. This is not about breaking the bank. You don't have to do this every day. Do it once, twice, 3 times a week with that combination, and you're going to improve your animal's health. If you're doing it all the time, if you're buying it all the time, you're getting your booster bucks. You're getting your $10 of booster bucks to come back and buy whatever you need for your furry guy. Okay? So if you guys have questions about your bundles, your booster bundles, absolutely come see us. Or leave me a note here. You know how to get a hold of us. We're always here to answer your questions. We're more than happy to do it because the more questions we answer, the more pets we get healthy, and our mission is getting closer. We're doing it every day. All right, you guys, I hope you have a fantastic weekend. I thank you again for tuning in. I appreciate you every day, and I look forward to seeing you in the store next time. Bye-bye, guys.